I was just a fisherman until he called me.
His eyes met mine, and something awakened.
"Come, follow me," he said. And I did.
I left everything for a promise I barely understood. I saw the blind see. The broken walk. I walked on water. Then fear took over. He saved me. Even when I doubted.
That night, fear crushed my voice.
And when the rooster sang, I wept bitterly.
But the grave couldn't hold him.
Peter, do you love me?
Mm-hmm.
Then feed my sheep. That was my call. I failed him once, but now I stand unshaken. 3 times I denied him.
My name is Simon, but he called me Peter, the Rock, not because I was strong, but because he saw who I would become long before I ever believed it myself. I was a fisherman. Simple, rough hands, weathered skin. My life was the sea, the nets, the routine, every morning, before the sun broke over the hills. We were there, me, and Drew, and the others casting and hauling, hoping the sea would be kind. But it wasn't the sea that changed me. It was a voice that called my name not like others did. He called it with purpose. "Follow me," he said. I remember it clearly. We had caught nothing all night. I was frustrated, tired, angry at the silence of the sea. And then he appeared, a stranger, standing at the shore, teaching, speaking, crowds gathering. He stepped into my boat. He told me to let down the nets again. I almost laughed, but something in his eyes held me still. We did as he asked. The nets nearly tore from the weight. Fish swarmed, more than I'd seen in months. I fell to my knees. "Depart from me," I whispered. "I am a sinful man." But he didn't leave. He smiled. "From now on, you will fish for people." From that moment, I was no longer just Simon the fisherman. I was Peter, the one who walked beside the Messiah. I saw things no man had ever seen. The blind opened their eyes. The lame danced in the streets. The dead rose. He calmed storms with a whisper. He fed thousands with crumbs. He spoke, and even demons trembled. And me, the uneducated fisherman, was there for all of it. But let me be honest with you. I didn't always understand. I questioned him. I doubted. I argued. Sometimes I was afraid of his power. Other times I wanted him to use more of it, to show the Romans who he truly was. And still, he loved me. One night changed everything. We were in a storm again. Waves crashed. Lightning split the sky. We saw him walking on the water. We screamed, thinking he was a ghost. But he said, "Take courage. It is I, and I." Crazy Peter called back, "If it's you, tell me to come to you." He said one word, "Come." So I stepped out. My feet touched water like stone. I walked on water. But then I looked at the waves. I saw the storm. I feared. I began to sink. "Lord, save me," I cried. And he grabbed me, firm, gentle. "Oh, you have little faith," he said. "Why did you doubt?" Why? I still ask myself that. He was more than teacher. He was the Christ. I saw it. I said it. "Who do you say I am?" He asked us one day, and I answered, almost without thinking, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." He looked at me like no one ever had. "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven, and I tell you, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church. That moment, I felt invincible, chosen, powerful, but I didn't yet understand what that church would cost. Can I tell you about my greatest failure? About the moment I shattered? It was after supper. He told us he was going to die, that we would abandon him. I jumped to my feet. Even if I'll fall away, I will never fall. And he looked at me, sorrow in his eyes. Peter, before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. I couldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. But the night would prove him right. They arrested him. Guards, torches, swords. I drew mine, slashed a man's ear. He stopped me. He healed the enemy. And then they took him away. I followed from a distance, afraid, ashamed of my fear. I stood by a fire in the courtyard. A servant girl saw me. You were with him. No, I said. I don't know the man. Another recognized me. You're one of his disciples. I am not. Then a third. Your accent gives you away. I swore. I don't know him. The rooster crowed, and he turned. From across the courtyard, his eyes met mine. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. I ran. I wept. I broke. Asterisk, they say real strength is proven after failure. But I didn't feel strong. I felt like dust. For days I hid, ashamed, broken. How could I ever look him in the eyes again? I had promised to die for him, and I couldn't even admit I knew him. But then the tomb was empty. The stone was rolled away, and the women came running. He's alive. Alive. I didn't believe it. How could I? I barely believed in myself anymore. But then he came to us, not as a ghost, not as a memory, as him, alive, breathing, glorified, radiant. He didn't scold me. He didn't shame me. He just looked into my soul and asked one question. Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me? My voice trembled. Yes, Lord. You know that I love you. He asked again, do you love me? Tears welled up. Yes, Lord. Then a third time, and it broke me again. Simon, do you love me? 3 questions, one for each time I had denied him. I wept. Double quotes, Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you. He smiled. Feed my sheep. That was the day he restored me. He didn't just forgive me. He commissioned me. He took the ashes of my failure and built a fire of purpose. Then came Pentecost. We were praying, waiting. He had told us to wait for the power from on high. Then like a wind, like fire, heaven broke open. Tongues of flame danced on our heads. We were filled with the Holy Spirit. I stood up. The same mouth that had once denied him now shouted his name to the crowds. Jesus, whom you crucified, God has raised him from the dead. 3,000 believed that day. 3,000 hearts awakened. That was just the beginning. We healed in his name. We walked through the streets, and even our shadows brought healing. People came from everywhere, sick, broken, possessed, and they found life. But with power came persecution. The same authorities who killed him came for us. They warned us, threatened us, beat us, jailed us. But we could not be silent. We must obey God rather than men, I told them. Because once you've seen the empty tomb, fear loses its grip. One day, I was praying on a rooftop in Joppa, and I saw a vision, animals, unclean, coming down from heaven. A voice said, kill and eat. I refused, but the voice said, do not call impure what God has made clean. Then a Roman soldier knocked on my door. Gentiles, uncircumcised, the kind I had never even eaten with. But the Spirit whispered, go with them. That day, I saw the Holy Spirit fall on people I never thought could be saved. The gospel was for all. Even Paul, once a killer of our brothers, was now preaching boldly. At first, I didn't trust him, but I saw the fire in his eyes. I saw what grace could do. We didn't always agree. We were very different, but we were brothers, soldiers. In the same war, years passed. Miracles continued. So physerum as prisses, they chained me, locked me in the deepest cell. But even there, heaven broke through. An angel came. Chains fell, gates opened. I walked out into the night, free. But I knew freedom wouldn't last forever. Jesus had told me once, when you are old, others will dress you and take you where you do not want to go. He was speaking of my death, and I was no longer afraid, because I had seen life beyond death, because I had seen him. One day, they came for me again. Rome was burning. Nero blamed us. They arrested us, tortured us, crucified. US, they told me I would die like my master, but I refused. I'm not worthy, I said, to die as he died. So they crucified me upside down, and as I hung there, blood flowing to my head, pain crushing my chest, I saw his face again, not in sorrow, but in glory. I had denied him once, but now I was dying for him. I was finally the rock he saw in me. Asterisk, do you want to know the truth? Even hanging upside down, bleeding, suffocating, abandoned by the world, I wasn't afraid. I was going home. The same voice that once called me from the sea was calling me again, this time, not to follow him through Galilee, but into eternity. I thought of the sea, of the nets, of that first miracle. I thought of his eyes the day I sank, and the day I rose again, not from water, but from shame. I thought of his hands, how they washed my feet, how they broke bread, how they held me after the fall. And now, they would hold me forever. So many people remember me as the one who denied him. I understand. But let me tell you who I really am. I am the man he forgave. I am the one he trusted again. I am the voice that preached when no one else dared to speak. I am not the rock because I never broke. I am the rock because I let him rebuild me. The church. It was never about buildings. It was never about titles, robes, or thrones. It was about hearts. Hearts transformed by grace, souls awakened by mercy, sinners turned into saints. I saw it all. Jews, Gentiles, rich, poor, all equal at the foot of the cross. We were fishermen, tax collectors, women with stained pasts, men with trembling hands. And yet, we became lions, because his spirit lived in us. And now you who are watching, listening, searching, maybe you've failed. Maybe you've denied him once, twice, too many times to count. Maybe you've convinced yourself that he's done with you. But let me tell you, if he could restore me, he can restore you. If he built his church on a man like me, he can build something eternal inside you too. Don't run from the fire. Let it refine you. Don't hide from your past. Let him redeem it. Don't think you're disqualified. His grace is greater than your shame. I am Peter. I was broken, and I was made whole. I was fearful, and I became bold. I was lost, and now I am found. When I stood at the gates of death, I did not tremble, because I knew he was waiting on the other side. And now I wait for you, not as a judge, but as a brother, as a witness. I'm not telling you a story. I'm telling you the truth. He is real. He is risen, and he's not finished with you. So rise, take his hand. Let him call you out of the boat, out of the shame, out of the grave. You may feel like Simon now, but he sees Peter in you. Just follow him. Asterisk. If this story moved your heart, don't let it stop here. Subscribe to Glorify Forever and walk with us through stories of faith, redemption, and divine purpose. Every video is a reminder that God still speaks, and he still chooses people like you. Let your heart be stirred. Let your spirit be ignited. Join the movement and glorify his name forever. Asterisk.